Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Skyla Ramirez. Welcome to our Yoga for Everybody class with Plano Parks and Recreation. So as a reminder, all video, all audio has been disabled and your name has been hidden for the recording of this meeting to protect your privacy. Let's go ahead and get started. Take a moment and come into any seated or lying down position on the floor. And let's focus on our breath for a few mindful minutes. As we focus on our breath today, maybe we place both hands on the stomach, or if it's more comfortable, you can take the hands up and put them over your heart. With this placement of the hands, we're able to become aware of how various parts of the body might be responding to our breath today. As you inhale, notice if there's any movement in your chest. Is there movement in the belly? Simply noticing without judgment and trying to just let the breath be whatever it is in the body. And this could be probably one of the most challenging practices in yoga, to observe the body and the breath, observe that intimate connection between body and breath, and do not interfere with that connection. So do not use the mind to manipulate the breath, to change the body in any way. Is it possible to maybe touch into that place of observation where we're just watching how the body receives each inhale, and then watch how the body brings the breath up and out with your exhale without controlling the breath in any way. So we are becoming the observer of the breath and the body without any mental or mind interference. Sometimes it helps to create a vision or a visual of our own bodies on the floor. So maybe we step outside of our own bodies and we perhaps see ourselves sitting next to our bodies or hovering above our body as we breathe. And then we just watch. We watch on the inhale. Is there any movement in the chest or the belly? And as we exhale, where does the breath come from? Notice what you feel as well as what you see. There are many different ways to witness the breath in your body. As we continue to breathe easy here, start shaping the breath. So from this place of observation with little to no mind involvement, now let's use the mind to manage the breath. As we inhale, we breathe down into the belly and we let the breath come up to the middle ribs and then all the way up to the heart. As we exhale, we relax our heart, our ribs, and then we soften the belly. 3-part breath. So we are dissecting the way that the breath fills each chamber of the lungs, building the breath from the belly through the ribs to your heart, and then softening the body from the heart down to the ribs, down to the belly. Now notice, once you get these 3 parts filled with the breath, once we begin to manage or control the movement of the breath in 3 steps, then maybe we try to slowly fill and expand all 3 parts simultaneously. Sometimes in yoga, we consider this a breath that begins in the spine and then it expands out to the sides of the body. Sometimes from the spine, it pushes forward, the heart and the belly move simultaneously. If you're seated, you might even feel that expansion in the back of your lungs. So this simultaneous expansion of the breath in these different planes of movement, it's going to look almost like when you are filling a round balloon with air. So not any one part is filling more or less. Everything expands at the same time. Let's tap into the energy of the spine. This is known as the energetic highway, the movement of prana. And then let your breath, your life force expand from the spine, the origin of creation. As we inhale, we expand the heart, the belly, the ribs, the back, the shoulders. Everything moves as we inhale. And then exhale, every part of the body gently contracts in. And you may even want to hold on to that visualization of watching yourself breathe and watching the lungs move, much like a balloon inflating in all directions as you inhale. It's like a big sphere or orb of energy expanding in the body, gently contracting in all planes of movement as we exhale. Let's try this just maybe a couple more times. Inhaling through the nose as much as possible. Exhaling with the lips together. Exhale from the throat. A bit of air is going to move out through the nasal passages this way as well. Let's try that a couple more times, focusing on inhaling through the nose. Exhale from the throat, and notice that a little bit of that exhale leaves out from the nasal passages as well. Maybe just another one like this. If you're seated, I invite you to go ahead and lie down on the floor at your convenience. We may want to let our knees sway over to one side, and then we can lie down on our side for a moment. Allow the spine to reset in a side lying position, then slowly roll over onto your back. This can help to limit vertigo or dizziness as well. From lying on our backs, let's keep the knees bent. Maybe take the feet out wide. Then let your knees come into touching. So the feet will have a really wide stance, hip width or wider. Then let those knees fold in and touch. This is a technique used specifically to take pressure out of the low back and hips. From here, let's bring our hands up as if we're going to reach towards the sky. Go ahead and make a fist really tight with your hands. Then open it up. Make a fist again, open. Let's do this a few times. You're welcome to turn the palms in towards each other. Fist, open, fist, open. If you're noticing any strain in your neck or shoulders, bend the elbows. Elbows can go down on the floor. Open the hand, make a fist, open, fist, open. We may even want to do this a little faster, making this almost like a starburst, fireworks type movement, giving it a little more dynamic energy. When you're ready, relax, roll out the wrist. Keeping the wrist higher than the chest. This way we're able to promote lymphatic drainage back to the heart and belly region. From here, let's take our arms out to the side, palms down on the floor. Separate the knees. Let those knees sway over to the right. As you inhale, bring the knees through center. Knees sway over to the left. Try turning your head in the opposite direction of the knees. Inhaling through center, knees to the right, gaze over to the left. Inhaling through center, knees to the left, gaze over to the right. Keeping that rhythm with the breath if it's comfortable. allowing every inhale to initiate that movement of the knees through center. Exhale, twist it to the other side. Let's do one more on each side, just wringing out the belly, intestines, and gut. Let's meet at center with our knees. Walk the feet in till they're almost touching. Let's slowly bring one knee in towards the chest at a time. Hold on behind your thighs and knees. And let's just let the feet do a little shake, a little flutter through the ankles. The feet are already higher than the heart here, so you can keep them here to work on circulation, or you can take those legs straight up towards the sky. Let's point and flex the feet a few times. Go ahead and roll out the ankles. Not only great for mobility, but also getting just healthy circulation through the feet all the way down to the nerves of the hips and the back. From here, let's draw our left knee in tight. Bring your right foot down to the floor, keeping the right knee bent. Exhale, hug that knee in. Inhale, take it away. Let's switch sides. Exhale, right knee in. Inhale, release. Exhale, switch. Inhale, release. Exhale, switch, pull that knee in. Inhale, release. Exhale, switch. Let's do one more on each side. Easy does it with the breath. Take your time to even this up on left and right. Remember, there's no rush. From here, let's straighten our left leg down, all the way down on the floor. Then take your right arm up. So opposite limbs are extending. You might want to flex your left foot, make the left foot flat and push through your heel while reaching through the right fingertips. You could even take your left hand and put it down on your left hip, push down on the left hip while you press the right shoulder down. So you're getting a stretch diagonal through the body. One big inhale. Exhale, slowly lower that right arm. Let's bend the left knee. Take the right foot with a flat foot, extend that leg out on the floor, right leg straight, left arm overhead, right hand onto the right hip. Push that right hip down, press the left shoulder blade down. So you're getting a little bit of, almost like a little bit of a twisting action. We might be able to feel that in our bodies as you push that right hip down, push the left hip down, press the left shoulder down, stretching diagonal across the body. One more big inhale. And now exhale. When you're ready, let's bend the right knee. Both hands come down beside us onto the floor. Let's see that the knees, or feel the knees at hips width. On an inhale, we'll push into our feet and just tilt the pelvis, hovering the hips over the floor. Exhale, lower the hips. Let's practice that rhythmically with the breath. Inhale, gentle pelvic lift and tilt. Hover the hips. Exhale, relax. Inhale, just a gentle engagement of the pelvis and the buttocks muscles. Exhale, relax. Let's do one more. Inhale, pull the tailbone up, contract the stomach, gentle lift, and then exhale, relax. From here, let's walk both of our toes and knees to touching. Take both knees over to the right, both arms over to the left. Big corkscrew movement. Inhale through center. Exhale, both knees to the left, both arms to the right. Let's try that stretch, just one more on each side. Come through center, gentle twist, both knees to the right, both arms reaching to the left. When you're ready, inhale. Exhale, twist again. We're moving through some big spiral lines of energy this morning. When you're ready, bring your knees to center. Let's stretch the whole body out like a stick. Arms overhead, legs straight, pointing the toes this time, reaching through the fingertips. There's an energy from the belly button through the ribs and the hands that pulls up. And there's an energy from the belly button down through your hips and toes that presses down and away from the hips. One more big inhale. Exhale, let's lower the hands, bend the knees. Let's go ahead and roll over onto one side just for a moment as we take our time preparing the body to come into all fours position. When you're ready, use the top arm to safely push away from the floor. Let's come into all fours position, stacking shoulders, elbows, wrists. Knees are underneath the hips. For those of us that maybe are having some tenderness in the back today, maybe touch your toes together and bring the knees just a little closer than hips width. Be sure that your wrists and hands are comfortable. Remember, this can always come down onto the floor. As we inhale, let's drop the belly, hinge at the waist, flipping the hips back, the heart goes forward, cow position. As we exhale, let's pull the stomach up. Shoulders are going to drop forward, tailbone tucks under into cat. Inhaling, belly drop, looking forward. Exhale, belly contracts and pulls up, rounding the spine. Let's try that breath where we inhale through the nose, exhale from the throat. Again, maybe we feel a little bit of breath moves out from the nasal passages. Inhale when we look forward, stretching the front of the lungs. Exhale when we contract the front of the body and drop the head. Let's do one more of each, no rush. When you're ready, let's find all fours. If your toes are touching, go ahead and separate the toes. Let's look down at our knees and take them out to hips width. Extend the left leg straight back, not too high. Maybe just hover your toe just above the floor or put the left toe on the floor. Shift the weight over into your left hand or into your left elbow. Let's extend the right arm forward as if you're going to shake someone's hand, pressing back through that left heel and reaching through the right fingertips. Exhale, bring that left knee in, right hand in. When you're ready, let's slide that right foot back, and you might have your right toe on the floor, or you could hover it a little bit. Take the weight over into the right hand or the right elbow, either one. Extend the left arm forward as if you're going to shake someone's hand. Push back through the heel and reach through the fingertips. On an exhale, bring the limbs in. Let's try this a few more times on each side, and you're welcome to experiment with matching the movement to the breath. But if you ever feel like your breath is rushing you, just breathe easy and focus on staying balanced with the movement. Let's try it. You might be moving with the breath or not. Inhale, left leg back, right arm forward. Exhale, bring it in. Inhaling, right leg back, left arm forward. Lips are touching. Exhale from the throat. Bring the limbs in. Option to close your eyes. Even this up on left and right side of your body. When it feels even for your body, let the hips hinge back. Let's find an expression of child's pose for our low backs and shoulders. Relax your head and neck. Maybe let the head just sort of roll a little bit left and right. Let's come to any still point with the body. Reach the arms out in front of you. And if you want, you can hold it there for a nice big side stretch under the armpits, or take this into downward facing dog. For down dog, we can shift forward, tuck the tailbone under, protecting the organs and intestines, core is engaged. So when you come forward, it's a little bit like cat. From here, we tuck our toes, lift the knees, then release the hips back. No matter where you are, shake out the head. Maybe even exhale from the throat, open the mouth. When you're ready, let's all soften our knees, no matter where you are. Think about how your body might want to come to standing. We might want to lift one leg and step forward. Bring the hands in towards your feet. Maybe walk the hands up slow, and eventually bring yourself all the way up into standing. All right, so let's come into mountain position. Having the feet at about hips width distance, let's flow the arms with the breath. Inhaling, sweeping the arms back and around, reaching towards the sky, palms are towards each other. Exhale, take it out, back and around, just like a big backstroke type movement. Inhale, sweep up and around, palms in together. Exhale, take it back. Maybe even close your eyes and imagine that you're moving through water, that you are buoyant and light. There's an element that is carefree whenever we move through water with that sense of buoyancy. One more big breath, moving the arms in this way. When you're ready, bring the hands together at the heart. Let's take the left foot back. Inhale, open the arms with the palms up, bring them out, elbows to the ribs, and look up towards the sky. Exhale, come forward with your gaze, step to the front of the mat, palms together. So we're going to do just a little peaceful flying warrior flow. Inhale, right foot back, arms open, elbows in, looking up. Exhale, look forward and step forward. Inhale, taking it back. Exhale, forward. Let's do a couple more, just getting the body familiar with the choreography of the movement and the breath. One more on each side, left foot back, open the arms and the heart, look up. Exhale, slowly bring the hands together. Last one, inhale, left, right foot back. And now come forward. So we're going to break this down a little bit more, following our theme today of stretching the muscles that are diagonal in the body. And when we stretch the diagonal muscles in the front of the body, we are naturally strengthening and stabilizing diagonal muscles in the back of the body. I like to think of these muscles as looking almost like crisscross shoelaces. These are the muscles that sort of stitch up the spine to keep our posture in a nice, healthy alignment. So let's take the left foot back And as you inhale, open up the arms. Let's exaggerate this movement a little bit. Pull that right shoulder back and maybe add in just a gentle twist towards the right. So you're stretching from the left hip to the right shoulder. When you're ready, come through center, palms together. Let's do the other side. Right foot back. Inhale, open up. This is our familiar flying peaceful warrior. Add in that gentle twist, drawing the left shoulder back. Push down and back through that right heel. Remember to smile. Come to center. Let's do one more on each side. Inhaling, left foot back, open the arms. Swivel at the waist and ribs, swivel to the right, look over your right shoulder. When you're ready, come through center, step forward, right foot back, inhale, open. Little bend in the left knee. The left knee has a little bend. Let's twist towards the left. Look over your left shoulder. When you're ready, come to center and let's step forward. Great, let's add on to that today. Inhale, sweeping the arms overhead. Big breath in, extended mountain. Stepping the left foot back, a casual stride. Keep a big bend in your right knee. On the exhale, let's swan dive, both hands down onto your right leg. From here, practicing a little bit of cat and cow. As you inhale, push your hips back, drop your belly. Inhaling here, exhale, pull the belly up, tuck the tailbone under, maybe bend both knees and look down at your right foot. Coming forward, bend the right knee. Inhale, flip the hips back, belly drops forward. It's like a standing cow. Exhale, pull the tailbone under, round the spine and drop the head. Let's try a few more like that. Inhale, belly drop, heart extension, chest open. Exhale, tailbone tuck, round the spine. Matching breath to movement as long as it's comfortable, as long as we're not feeling rushed by our breath. Let's do one more. Inhale and exhale. When you're ready, come to center. From center, we're keeping neutral spine. If you're still maybe not sure if your spine is in neutral or not, maybe do cow pose. So most of the time, most of our bodies are naturally going to be a little rounded. So to ensure that your spine is a little more neutral, think of pushing your hips and buttocks back, pull your ribs up and forward. It's an exaggerated little bit of a dip and arch in your back. From here, we're keeping our left hand on the right thigh. Think about your left heel right now. Push down and back into that left heel. The right knee stays bent. Let's take our right hand forward, circle it up, back, and around at least 3 times. We could do this with an elbow as well if it feels more comfortable. Ooh, man, on these colder mornings, my joints just are a little more chatty. Inhale, open. Let's take that right hand either to your hip or slide those knuckles to your low back. Let's look over our right shoulder. As you inhale, pull that right shoulder up and back, and maybe even look over your right shoulder. Keep pressing down into that left heel. We're dynamically tightening the muscles that go from the back of your right shoulder to the back of the left hip. Big inhale. Exhale, bring it to center. Let's relax. Straightening out the right leg, straightening the left leg. Slowly walk the hands down. They could go to your shin. If you have a chair nearby, you can always put your hands down on a chair or on a wall to provide a little more support to the body. You could even use a yoga block or put your hands down on the floor. Let's all relax our head and neck, no matter where those hands fall today. Shake the head out, yes. Turn the head left and right. When you're ready, let's soften the whole body. Walk the hands up to your shins and then up to the thigh. From here, inhale, reverse swan dive, both arms overhead. Traditional warrior one. We're lunging forward, deep bend in the right knee. Left leg is straight. We could even look up towards the sky if we want to get a stretch of the lymph nodes in the neck, stretching the lymph nodes even by the ears and around the face. When you're ready, relax the hands down. Let's step forward. Shake off your knees and your feet. Let's reset the body with some nice rhythmic breaths. When you're ready, inhale, fly the arms. Inhale up. Exhale, take it back and around. A couple more. Last one. Inhale through the nose, lips together, exhale from the throat. When you're ready, bring the hands to the heart. Let's step our right foot back. Straight right leg, bent left knee. Inhale, bringing the arms up and overhead. Big breath in, reach into your warrior one. From here, exhale, swan dive halfway down. Hands can go on your left thigh. If you have a chair, a wall, or a table nearby, you could put your hands there instead. As we inhale, both knees bend, push the hips back, belly forward, lift the ribs, open the throat. Exhale, round the spine, tailbone under, head drops. Inhaling, unhinge the hips, unhinge the belly, pull the ribs up. Let's stretch the front of the lungs. Then exhale, pull the stomach in tight and contract the front of the body. Let's do a couple more. Inhale, exhale. Last set. Let's find neutral or find cow pose. So if you have a mirror, you'd be able to see that your back is flat. If you cannot see your alignment, I recommend that you bend the knees, push your hips back, and then lift up through the chest. Chances are that's going to get us in a more neutral place for the twist. Let's keep our right hand on the left thigh. Take the left hand forward and around, using either an extended arm or use your elbow to open and get that nice big stretch around the sides of your ribs. Inhale, open. When you're ready, take the hand to either your hip or left hand, knuckles by your low back. As you inhale, push down into that right heel, lock or straighten that right leg out. Inhale, pull the left shoulder back and maybe look over that left shoulder. We could always keep the chin tucked in. Maybe we gaze softly past the left hip or gaze down where your left foot is visible. No matter where you are with this, keep pushing down into that right foot and pulling up from that left shoulder. So we're getting that big stretch diagonal on the body. One more big inhale, and then exhale, relax. Let's come forward, preparing for pyramid pose. As we prepare for pyramid, we straighten both legs, press the hips back, walk the hands down slowly. Use a chair if you want, use a wall, a couch. You could come down onto your elbows for this. You could walk the hands down all the way to the floor if you want. No matter where you are in this pose, we're all getting a nice big stretch over the backs of the lungs, the low back, and the kidneys. Check in with your knees. Knees are just such very delicate creatures. We want to keep a little tiny bend in the knees, keeping healthy circulation. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. Big sighs of relief. Shake out your head. When you're ready, let's soften both our legs. Either walk the hands slowly up or use your prop to bring the head up to a more neutral position. Let's take our time to come up into traditional warrior one, bending the left knee. Inhale, bring the arms up. Reach dynamically towards the sky, lunge forward and look up. Exaggerate the inhale, breathe in and flare out your nostrils. Exhale, open the mouth. Sigh of relief. Let's try one more. Inhale, reach, lunge forward. And now exhale, relax the whole body. When you're ready, lower the hands. Let's step forward, shake out the feet, shake out the shoulders and the body. If there's any energy channels that are more open, any blockages that might have become unblocked, we want to just give opportunity for everything to shake and move around. Let's practice some flying breaths to center ourselves. Feet at hips width, mountain pose. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, sweep them back. Inhaling through the nose, lips stay together as we exhale from the throat and nose. Let's relax our arms down. Let's just take a moment and check in with the body before we move into our standing balancing posture today. You're welcome to grab a quick sip of water and maybe even grab a chair or another prop that might be useful as we move into our standing balancing posture today. So our standing balancing pose today is a half moon pose, Ardha Chandrasana. And for those of you who've been doing yoga with me for all these years, you've done this pose before and you've seen this done a lot of different ways. So I'd like to show you first that traditionally this pose is an inversion, but we're not looking for that right now. By all means, if you're familiar with it, do whatever your body is craving. But just for the sake of sequencing as we're stabilizing blood pressure right now, I don't recommend the inversion at this part of the class. So this is what it traditionally looks like. We would have our arms open, and I'm starting with my back by the wall, both toes forward. I'm taking my left toe out to the side, and I'm going to bend my left knee. I'm holding on to my windowsill, perfect yoga prop. From here, I'm just lifting my back leg and opening the body like so. So this can be done also using a chair, which I really like. So again, if you start with both toes forward, legs wide, take wherever your prop is, turn that toe. So you have that hip open, the other foot stays forward. This works with hip and bone alignment in your unique ways. From here, we shift. Take the hand down onto your prop and then come up with that back leg. Ooh, I have a second chair. Look at that. I didn't even know I could do that. This is just a very happy discovery today. Inhaling, open, take your time, position yourself any way you want. We've also used the wall for this before, so you can lean into a wall and open up the body. Big inhale across the chest, exaggerate the inhale. Traditionally, we look up in this pose, looking towards that lifted, extended arm towards the ceiling. For most of us, this is going to create a real balance challenge. Your body is capable. This really is a testament to how just shifting our gaze can affect the way we balance. The way we look at things affects the way that we feel. Big inhale. Exhale, slowly bring it down. Let's step both feet to the floor, shake it out. Whew. It is one of my favorites. I say that a lot though, right? Like, I think I've said that like 10 times. I have 10 favorite yoga poses. Let's do the other side. So no matter where you are, both toes start forward. This is going to give us the right bone alignment for the legs, largest bone in the body. Wherever your prop is, whatever direction you're going to go, turn that toe out only. This is very important because as we shift and lift, you're doing a good old-fashioned abduction. Those of you who've done the jazzercise or the Reebok step aerobics days, this is a good old-fashioned abduction with your back leg, but you want to keep that foot flat and that toe is going to be straight forward or even turned in a little bit. Remember, you can use a wall, a table. You can even come down onto your elbow. You don't have to put pressure on the hand at all. Taking that top arm up, very traditional, looking up. If you start to feel a little wobbly when you look up, just know that that's normal. That is completely normal. Big breaths around your heart, around your chest. If you're feeling a little wobbly, if you're feeling uncomfortable with that wobbly sensation, look down at the floor. Usually looking down is a little easier for the nervous system to process. It's easier for the body to center itself when we look at the ground. One more big breath. When you're ready, slowly relax. Let's take our sweet time. Let's come out of this pose nice and easy. However you got into your version of the pose, take your time and get out. Let's shake it all off. Good. If you didn't already, grab another sip of water. We are coming down to the floor. I am going to have a chair nearby today because I definitely want to get my feet up, especially as the weather is changing and getting colder. In Indian medicine, when it gets cold like this, that's when some of the energies in the body can get sludgy and you have impaired circulation. So I'm going to recommend that you have something you can put your feet on during relaxation today. And if you don't have it during relaxation, then I hope that you'll commit to just lie down at some point this afternoon and get your feet up and get a nice heated electric blanket too. So from wherever you are, let's come down onto the floor and come into any seated position with your legs out straight. You can always have a pillow or blanket under the hips for the next few seated positions. So from here, we're coming into seated staff position. Go ahead and experiment with the width of your legs. This can be really personalized just for you. So we're trying to move the energy of the kidneys and adrenal glands. And we're working with the spleen energy, gallbladder, and lymph nodes in the gut region. There's a lot going on here. So go ahead and notice, does it feel better to take your legs out wide? Keep the toes up. The wider we take our legs, usually the greater tendency that the body has to kind of just get kind of relaxed with it. So keep those toes straight up to the ceiling. You can stay with the legs wide, maybe inch them in a little closer, hips width, or touch the legs together. Pick whatever you feel is right for you. And remember, you have time to experiment and you can always change your mind. No matter where you are, try sliding your hands under your knees. Let's make sure we have a little pocket of air under the kneecaps. Sometimes I even put pillows under my knees to be absolutely sure that I've got that space. This is so important because I know out of the the people in our group today, half of us in this group are experiencing back issues. When you straighten your legs too much, it can pull really hard on your low back. So keep that pocket of air. Let's check under the knees. From wherever you are, take your hands back, fingertips light. Inhale, pull up through the ribs and the heart, and go ahead and lift your chin, open the throat. Let the shoulders press away from your ears. And if you want, you could even turn your fingertips back behind you, further opening up the chest when you do this. Fingertips can reach back. Inhale, lengthen through the heart, lengthen through the ribs. Practice using just your heart, like one big lung in the center of the chest. Big inhale. Exhale, completely relax. Exaggerate the inhale, 2 more. And relax. We're using the in-breath, the expansion of the lung, to put the body into a back bend without effort, just with the breath doing the work. Big inhale. And exhale. Good. 1 more for good luck. Big inhale and exhale. In yoga, they say inversions and back bends are the fountain of youth. We are only as young as our spines. Let's shake out the knees. From wherever you are, bend both knees, touch the toes. Let's separate the knees for butterfly, Baddha Konasana. Reaching the hands forward, we're reversing that back bend stretch. Still using the lungs in the stretch. Come forward and relax your head. Now, imagine that your breath is in the back of the heart. And as you inhale, exaggerate the openness between your shoulder blades. And then exhale. A few more. When you're ready to come up, take your time. Let's slowly stack the vertebra. Slowly align the neck and the head. From here, let's straighten our legs, shake out the knees. Good. When you're ready, roll over onto one side. Again, just moving nice and slow to avoid irritating blood pressure, avoiding issues with vertigo. When you're ready, roll over onto your back. From here, you're welcome to put your feet up on a chair or on another yoga prop to get those legs up. Now, if you know that your body is still craving some movement, go ahead and move around. In the next couple minutes, we are going to come to stillness for meditation. But if your body is craving just a unique stretch, maybe you feel like a little kink somewhere in your body, go ahead and move. Get your body ready for stillness. This is a good time to grab blankets and pillows, aromatherapy. Dim the lights. Shut the door if there's a lot of sound or commotion going on in your space. Start to really create a sanctuary for this guided meditation time. If you're still moving or stretching, just take your time. There's no rush in this.
At your leisure, make your way into your meditation position of choice. Today's meditation, we're focusing on breathing through unique energy channels, unblocking various psychological and emotional energies by unlocking chi or chakras or nadis. There's all sorts of names from Chinese medicine and Indian medicine that we use to describe the movement of energy. Ultimately, I'm focusing on the neuromuscular connections in your body, the way that the brain communicates to muscles, and that's a two-way street. So we're going to focus on that. Now, from wherever you are, think about the energy under your left foot, just under the left foot. And you may feel for the presence of an energy like an orb of light, or see this energy as a bright white orb of light. As we soften the whole body, inhale, and notice that your body opens to receive this light in through the sole of your left foot. This light begins to travel slowly up your left leg. Notice if it moves more to the shin, maybe it goes to your calf, maybe it's on the inner or the outer leg, just watching or noticing how the energy is moving without judgment. And at any point, that energy might stop, letting go of the notion that it is stuck. Instead, if you notice that energy stops at any point in your leg, just stay with it. Breathe into that place. There might be an energetic block here, and this light is going to heal and open this space. At some point, that blockage is going to release, in that orb of light, that energy. We sense its presence moving all the way up the left leg, all the way up to the left side of your heart. And now it's going to go down your arm. So it's going to move to the left shoulder and move all the way down. Again, if it stops, you just watch it, breathe into it. Eventually, this light leaves out the palm of your left hand. When you're ready, start to tap into awareness of the sole of your right foot. If that light is still on the left side of your body, maybe just stay with the left side or shift your attention, shift it to the right. Now we have a sense of that white orb of light. Its presence is being absorbed by the right foot and moving into the right leg. Now, maybe the light stays in the foot. Maybe it stays in the ankle. It could stay in the knee. Letting go of any judgment, instead just trusting that the body has its own way of healing, and this is the inner physician doing its own work to heal us. There's no judgment as to the body's way of healing. The body has its own natural process, and we're just watching it. Watch it with curiosity. Draw that energy all the way up your right leg, all the way through the right side of the body to your right shoulder. And at some point, it may start moving down your right arm. Eventually, you release that out of your right hand. Now bring awareness to the soles of both feet. Two orbs of light, one resting below each foot. And as you inhale, your body absorbs that energy in through the soles of the feet, straight up the legs, all the way up to your heart. It becomes one light at the heart. And then that light moves straight up through your throat, through the middle of the brain, and then it goes out the crown of the head, and it just moves out from your body with this massive starburst effect, releasing light, radiating this brilliant light all around you. You might want to draw this energy up through your feet to the heart, where it becomes one light, and then through the brain and out the head. You might want to do this a few times. This white light meditation is an extension of Reiki, energy healing. This is you trusting the universe, trusting cosmic energies that heal. And we are from that. We are from these energies. Drawing this light in through the feet to the heart, one big light at the heart, and then through the brain, out the crown of the head. At some point, just breathe easy, just embrace stillness. At some point, as we embrace stillness, we may begin to feel that there is no light outside of us that isn't already in us, and there is no separation between us and this light. You may even affirm, I am that. I am that. You are the embodiment of health and vitality, radiant light. I thank you so much for joining me today. We have had about a full 1 hour practice. So for those of you who have things to do, just take your time to eventually make your way up to seated. If you know that you can rest here a little longer, go ahead and lay down and just give your body that rest. Let's place our hands over the heart as our final closing gesture today. Inhale into the heart space, and then exhale from your throat. You try that again. From here, we can all bow together in closing. Namaste, everyone. Go enjoy your beautiful, chilly day. I'll see y'all next week.